Coming up, financing for college could get more difficult for certain students as the definition of professional jobs changes.
Plus, 16 incidents involving personal transportation devices have been reported on the Bronc Trail this semester. What is UTRGV doing to enforce its policies? Find out more in minutes.
And there's some signs here that says they're banned, you're not supposed to be riding on it, but
And UTRGV's inaugural football season has ended. KVAQ Sports will give you the details of the Vaqueros' historic first run later in the newscast.
KVAQ-TV starts now.
Good morning, Vaqueros. I'm Dathan Dervino.
And I'm Desiree Villanueva. Today is Monday, December 1st, and this is the 13th fall edition of KVAQ-TV.
Let's take a look at our top story.
The Department of Education is proposing a new definition of professional degrees, a change that can impact the loan cap for students of different fields on the graduate level and above.
Victor Ortega spoke with a professor of engineering to know how this possible change could affect students.
The Department of Education is seeking to establish loan limits for programs above the bachelor level, which requires a reclassification of degrees as part of President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act.
Nothing's set in stone yet, so we'll see what happens in about 6 months.
The reclassification of degrees will place programs in different loan cap categories. As of now, professional degrees, which include graduate and doctorate programs, have seen borrowing limits of $200,000. However, according to a DOE press release, some programs could see their borrowing limit being lowered to $100,000. The number of programs labeled as professional degrees would change as well. The DOE's new proposed consensus definition of professional degrees would include high-cost programs such as medicine, dentistry, and law, while excluding programs that also require a license, such as nursing. Department of Informatics and Engineering Systems, Professor Reynaldo Ansaldúa says he thinks engineering and business programs could be affected.
I know the nursing and medical fields are very much involved in trying to figure out how they're going to work with this. On the business side, I'm not hearing as much.
With the potential decrease in loan caps, students entering the affected fields may need to seek alternative funding methods. Ansaldúa says students who are looking into research jobs could find it difficult to fund their graduate program.
If you go into a very large organization, say the U.S. government, Google, if you have a doctorate, a PhD, or a master's, you'll end up doing a lot of research in those organizations.
The change in loan caps is being sought out by the DOE to, quote, help drive down the cost of graduate programs and reduce the debt students have to take out, end quote. According to Section 668 of the Title 43 of the Code of Federal Regulations, a professional degree proves both the completion of the basic academic needs to start work and a level of skill higher than a bachelor's degree. A professional license is also generally required. Ansaldúa shared his time in the military helped pay for his graduate education when he needed more funding.
My concern with the students is I'll have to encourage them to find another funding source like I had to do with the military.
According to the DOE, its data supports the changes, citing that 95% of nursing students borrow below the annual limit. The DOE has yet to release a definitive definition of professional degrees. For further updates, stay tuned. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Victor Ortega.
16 warnings have been issued to students on the Bronc Trail, and 2 accidents caused by personal transportation riding devices have been reported so far this fall.
How does the UTRGV Police Department handle these reports, and do students feel safe on the trail?
According to UTRGV PD admin reports, the number of reported incidents involving a PTD on the Bronc Trail has increased by about 4 times since spring 2025. University Policy ADM 10904 in the Handbook of Operating Procedures states personal transportation riding devices, or PTDs, are prohibited from use on covered walkways, breezeways, and pedestrian bridges on all UTRGV campuses. KVAQ-TV, check the UTRGV PD admin reports. to see if there were any incidents on the Bronc Trail, specifically caused by PTD. In spring 2024, UTRGV police issued 3 warnings to students riding a PTD. In summer 2024, only 1 warning was issued. During fall 2024, 9 warnings were given out. 2 people reported they were hit and a mini volt was nearly struck. In spring 2025, 4 warnings were issued to students. And this semester so far, at least 16 warnings have been issued and 2 people have reported they were struck. Mass Communications Junior Nathan Lozano says scooters on the Bronc Trail are always in the back of his mind.
Like you can hear like 20 miles an hour coming right next to you. And there's some signs here that says like they're like banned, like you're not supposed to be riding on it, but like honestly like it's not bad, but just if they could go a little slower, that'll be, I guess, better.
The Bronc Trail is a covered pedestrian walkway in the middle of the Edinburgh campus. Psychology senior Lupe Yubara says he always makes sure no one on his scooter is passing by before going onto the trail. He says there should be an alternative path for those that use their personal transportation devices.
You know, there's nothing wrong with them riding their scooters. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just maybe implementing an alternative little sidewalk over here where it's like it's designated for them. That way it can make it faster for them too, instead of like zooming around, having to get off of their thing or whatnot.
UTRGV has a hike and bike trail on the Edinburgh campus, which allows the usage of PTDs. Assistant Chief for Field Operations at the UTRGV Police Department, Esmeralda Guerra, says if students receive multiple warnings on citations, they may be referred to the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities.
Because really the main focus is really getting people to comply with the policy. It is for their safety and the safety of others who use say, for example, the Bronco Trail. I think that is a high area where I think we tend to see a lot of violations. You know, you're allowed to use it anywhere else outside of that area, but it just gets so congested. And then with those concrete pillars, there's lack of movement, you know, and it's really a safety issue.
To report any incidents, call UTRGV Police at 956-882-4911. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Alec Rodriguez.
This week on KVAQ Sports, the UTRGV football team has concluded its inaugural season. We'll give you the details of this historic first and more.
Good morning and welcome back to KVAQ Sports. I'm Desiree Villanueva with your KVAQ Sports update. UTRGV football closed out its first ever inaugural season with a strong 9-3 finish, marking a successful start for the program.
Vaqueros in the red zone now for the first time. And Marburger back to throw. And hits a man wide open at the 15. That's his tight end. And Smith Forrest goes in for the touchdown.
Emotions ran high as UTRGV closed its inaugural season with a dominant home win. Head coach Travis Bush says it's incredible to look back at how far the program has come.
Just realized how fast the season's flown by, and sitting here looking past the cameras at the old pavilion we were in months ago and for years. So what a whirlwind of emotions this full year, and it just kind of reminisce a little bit. But so proud of this group, the university, and everybody down here in the valley. So just excited to finish it off at home.
After more than a 2-hour weather delay right before kickoff, the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros took the field on their way to one last victory. UTRGV made national history as one of the 11 football programs to start from scratch at Division I and FCS level since 1978, and the only team to go undefeated at home in its first inaugural season, finishing 7-0 at Vaquer Stadium. The Vaqueros ended with a 9-3 overall record and 5-3 in the Southland Conference play, tying with number 19 Lamar for third place. KVAQ-TV spoke with running back Nathan Denny during the final practice before the big game. He talked about the emotions and pressure leading up to the finale of UTRGV's first ever season.
Honestly, just so thankful for the fans and the support. Our record being what it is, it's not better or worse than I expected, so just trying to do our thing in this last week. So just trying to leave it all out there, just remembering, that this was my dream, was to play Division I football. So just being present in the moment and leaving everything I have on the field.
Post-game emotions were heavy as 14 seniors played their final snaps, including hometown favorite Eddie Lee Marburger. He says he's emotional because he loves to play with this team and loves playing at home, making his last game both fun and tough to say goodbye to.
I always, just growing up here, I always knew it was a special place. And just, y'all see it out there, just the fans that show up every home game, man. It's so much fun, man. And just, credit to these guys, man. Played a hell of a job. Makes it so much fun for everyone in the stands, right? It's such a special team too, man. Just the bond that each of us have, it's unbreakable, really. And I think that's the reason why we're so good at home. It's just the bond that we have. I not trying to get emotional or anything, but it's a special place, man. It really is.
He says he's emotional because he loves this team and loves playing at home, making his last game both fun and tough to say goodbye to.
I get so much credit that I don't feel like I deserve. I feel like a lot of these guys deserve way more than what I've got credit for, right? But it's just, I was emotional, man, because I love each one of these guys, right? And to know this might be my last time playing football with these guys, man, it was I don't know if it's even hit me yet, honestly. But it's just, the Valley's a special place, man.
A record-setting season with 9 wins, historic crowds, and a foundation built on heart. The Vaqueros leave year 1 with momentum and the Valley ready for year 2. Over the Thanksgiving break, UTRGV Athletics announced that 8 student athletes from the men's and women's soccer programs were named the 2025 CSC Academic All-District teams. In golf, the men's team wrapped up the fall, finishing in 2nd place at the Monterey Collegiate Classic. The women's team opened their fall season by setting a program record single round of 285 at the Lady Clerical, finishing 5th overall. Looking ahead, men's basketball plays on the road against Stephen F. Austin on December 3rd, while women's basketball faces Lamar University on December 2nd. That's it for your KVAQ Sports Update. I'm Desiree Villanova. Back to you, Dathan.
Planning on giving your kid a smart device for Christmas? Our journalist Jasmine Espinosa spoke with a pediatrics professor to find out the effects it may have on children.
According to the National Library of Medicine in the U.S., 8 to 12-year-old children spend an average of almost 6 hours in digital media every single day.
A lot of kids are just spending an awful lot of time on screens, certainly elementary and middle schools. Even here in our own region are implementing new rules that prohibit bringing cell phones into classrooms.
This holiday season, parents might want to reconsider getting their children any smart devices. Professor of Pediatrics Dr. Stanley Fish reports during his time as a medical practitioner in 2018, he saw cases of children affected by time spent online at a young age.
Middle school age kids, particularly high school age kids, coming in with insomnia, anxiety, depression, all because of very distressful encounters they've had online.
A study by Sarah Thomay of the Department of Psychology from the University of Gothenburg, Sweden, found the dependency on mobile phone usage had a negative effect on mental health and quality of sleep. Fish says children often develop mental health issues due to the lack of sleep, which is associated with the prolonged phone usage.
Students or kids who become really very anxious, who don't get adequate sleep because of anxiety, their appetites, their stamina, their ability to focus. There's very clear associations between these various behaviors and physical manifestations.
A new Texas law requires public school districts to prohibit different types of communication devices to create a more focused, engaging, and learning environment for students. Fish says the ban on smartphone devices has had a positive effect on children, and it helps to reduce the negative effects caused by personal communication devices.
Already, teachers are reporting a positive effect. Kids are more engaged in learning. They're more involved in, as you might expect, interacting with each other rather than with their telephones.
Early childhood education senior Isla del Castillo says screen time for children does not benefit them educationally.
So I feel like it just keeps them one step behind, because now they don't know what is to play outside. They just can't, because they don't use their iPads to watch something educational.
Fish says these symptoms can extend into adulthood and negatively impact the social and mental well-being of an individual. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Jasmine Espinosa.
The city of South Padre Island will be hosting various holiday-themed events open to the public throughout the beginning of this month.
Here's multimedia journalist Ian Juarez with the details.
I'm outside the South Padre Island Convention Center, just one of the locations where various holiday events are being held at South Padre Island.
I just hope that all the vaqueros and all the community that is listening decide to, come and enjoy the holiday season here on South Padre Island.
Anyone is welcome to come to the various events in the holiday event lineup organized by the City of South Padre Island. In early November, the Visit South Padre Island Facebook account posted a full lineup for this year's events. The holiday events start off on December 4th with the SPI tree lighting ceremony and the street Christmas parade following on the 5th. For the 6th, celebrations will move to the water with the lighted boat parade. On the 7th, residents will have the chance to go to breakfast with Santa. And for New Year's Eve, the island will have a fireworks display. The City of South Padre Island Media and International Affairs Specialist, Denise Villalobos, says the events are heavily community-based.
We also invite, local elementary and high schools from Port Isabel to provide some sort of shows, like they sing, they dance. It's a display of the local talent in our community and our kids around here. We do involve some of our island businesses as vendors, and so we can bring them exposure to their business, to their organizations, and so that way people know what other things we offer here on our island.
Villalobos says the city plans to keep expanding with new events going forward.
The Lighted Boat Parade is the longest running one. That one has been a staple yearly event for over 30 years. And most recently, Breakfast with Santa was the newest one. This one started barely 3 years ago. So with the years, more staple events have become part of this holiday weekend long celebration. And then extending these celebrations, we are also going to have New Year's Eve fireworks on December 31st at 9:15 p.m. And that one is also completely free.
For anyone who wishes to attend the events, the addresses are as follows. The tree lighting will be at 321 Padre Boulevard. The street Christmas parade will run south from Padre Boulevard and Mars Lane to Acapulco Street. The lighted boat parade will start at the Sea Ranch Marina, running through Laguna Madre Bay. Breakfast with Santa will be at the South Padre Island Convention Center, and the New Year's fireworks display will be at the Entertainment District. For KVAQ-TV in South Padre Island, Ian Juarez.
That's it for us here at KVAQ-TV. Thanks for watching, Vaqueros.
Our final newscast of the semester will air at 8:30 a.m. Monday, December 8th on VCAST monitors and select social medias.
For KVAQ-TV, Dathan Tervino.
And Desiree Villanova.
V's up.